and they're side by side for the first time. Contact, Antonelli tries the lunge, George Russell wins. Antonelli nearly into the back of his teammate. Antonelli has got past Russell, Russell has got past Antonelli again. Are they going to make contact? George Russell is retiring from the race lead. Kimi Antonelli wins. One of the greatest battles for the lead you will ever see. This is our third sprint race of the season. The Circuit Jules Villeneuve in Montreal is our host this weekend. And our top two in the World Championship, reversed in order. Kimi Antonelli in second, George Russell in first place.
The calm before the storm as the tyre blankets come off. The Mercedes have been sitting ducks for those behind. It's been the Ferraris and it's been the McLarens so far. Every single time they've lost the lead at the start of the race.
Look at that steering angle for George Russell. He has the form in Montreal, but 2026 has been superb for Kimi Antonelli. We will look to the lights after the short pause. When they go out, we'll be sprinting in Montreal. The first ever sprint race in Canada is underway. Good launch off the line for George Russell, but Kimi Antonelli will be under pressure. The Mercedes hold position. They have managed to get off the line and hold their 1-2.
Couple of weeks off the Mercedes and they finally learned how to get off the line then.
The crowd rise because we're about to see the two teammates do battle. Russell now checking the mirror, having to go defensive. Antonelli has been on a charge for 3 rounds in a row, and they're side by side for the first time as contenders for the title.
Oh, he brushed the grass on the way in, Antonelli. He brushed the grass, he got away with it. Gonna go fighting again towards one.
Russell up against Antonelli, very tight between the two of them. Antonelli outside line, contact off the road. That is so close. Russell stays cool and has the lead, but they're finally brawling at the front between the Mercedes pair.
It'll continue again.
Wide! And again Antonelli tries the lunge, he rejoins. Extraordinary lap between the two Mercedes, and it costs Antonelli second place.
That was very naughty.
So let's just get this back under control, Kimi. Focus on Norris. Focus on the driving.
Yeah, I don't care. He put me out.
Kimi, concentrate on the driving, please, and not on the radio moaning.
The good times continue to roll for George Russell. Got his elbows out. George Russell wins his second sprint of the season and the first ever held at the Canadian Grand Prix.
Nice work today. Good job.
That was quick there. Very good job.
Kimi, so let's check the flag.
Yeah, if we need to race like this, then good to know.
Kimi, now it's the fourth time to talk about this. We talk about this internally and not on the radio, okay?
As kids in karting, we know overtaking on the outside, there's a certain element of risk that comes with that, and they're amazing overtakes when they come off, but the chances are quite slim. So, there's only one direction I was going, and I was going to, close the line because that's my right to do so. So, as I said, respect to him for giving it a go. Emotions are always high for all of us in the cockpit, but I'm sure we'll both talk about it after.
Yeah, I need to check it as well, to be fair. I was quite well alongside and there was definitely contact, so I need to recheck that. But yeah, was our racing then in turn 8. To be fair, it was definitely too optimistic. I also took a massive bump and I almost spun in a straight line, so also that induced the lockup. Just need to recheck it, and then yeah, we'll talk about it later.
First of all, I enjoyed also to watch it. We want to see racing and overtaking, and for me, these moments are super good because there is so much we can learn from this. And say, I take the drivers aside and said, how do you see that? How do we want to handle it in the future? Are we racing each other like it's a third car, another teammate? Fair, that is the rule now. Or are we racing each other differently? Would you give your teammate the space if it was another car, if you're fighting the championship, or not? And I think it's up to them also to come up with the rules going forward.
It is drizzling, it is raining, and our top two in the World Championship, separated by nothing yesterday, contact yesterday. They are 8 meters apart. It's a 9th career pole for George Russell, his 3rd Grand Prix pole in a row for the Canadian Grand Prix.
Ready to check.
Ready to check.
It's got the feels of a modern classic. It's so cold, there is drizzle in the air, there is a big difference in starting tyres. It looks like the McLarens are opting for intermediate tyres to start the race.
Green flag at the back means it's nearly time to go racing in Formula One. Get ready for something special off the start line in Canada. And the Canadian Grand Prix is underway. Lando Norris with the chance, gets the launch. Lando Norris to the lead of the Grand Prix. Can he slow it down? The Mercedes did not get the launch off the line on the Red Bull slick tyres. Piastri has not been able to do what his teammate could. An amazing start for Lando Norris, who launches through. It's Lando Norris who leads, but he's on the wrong tyre. Antonelli will be trying to clear Norris as quickly as possible, and it looks like he's going to do so. As we head to the final chicane, it's time for another new race leader. Lando Norris has been called to the pit lane. McLaren gambled, and it came undone. It is Antonelli, then Russell, then Hamilton for the lead in Canada. What a start to this one. And here comes Russell. He's trying to get alongside. These two about to go wheel to wheel once again. Antonelli stays ahead. Game on between the Silver Arrows. And this is for the lead, and George Russell goes through. Antonelli nearly into the back of his teammate. An extraordinarily close moment, but it's Russell who leads the Grand Prix, our third different leader of the race.
Antonelli fighting it. Oh my word, I thought he was going to rear end his teammate there, taking some risk. Russell made a mistake at the hairpin.
Wow, Antonelli has got past Russell. This is one of George Russell's very best circuits. Russell has got past Antonelli again. Pass and repass for the Silver Arrows, and Russell gets ahead by the chicane.
Wow, he was really on the edge of the rear tyre out of the final corner too.
Antonelli's going to have a chance into turn one, dives to the inside. Can he slow it down? Julian Palmer takes a step back because we didn't know if the championship leader would be able to scrub off the speed. What a battle across two different races this weekend.
Now Antonelli senses he's got George exactly where he wants him. Oh, he's locked up again.
He's wide. Antonelli goes through. Not quite. Standing on the power, but checking the mirrors because Antonelli is right there. What a show these two are putting on. Russell couldn't get it slowed down. And this time Antonelli is going to check the mirrors. No, they're side by side. Again, separated by hardly anything. And this time Antonelli played the long game, but he is making Russell sweat.
Opportunity maybe here. Antonelli's got a more shallow exit. Gives him good traction.
Race lead on the line once again. Russell with the inside line. Antonelli biding his time. What's his launch like? Past the wall of champions we go. He's soaring away in the back of his teammates. Still no way through.
Superb fighting, superb scrapping.
Wide again. Antonelli with the move again. And it's damp out there at the exit of turn 10. Compromised once more. Antonelli will not want to wait. Antonelli will want to make the decisive move on the outside line. But for how much longer? Kimi Antonelli finally gets by, and it's a change of lead that has been coming. And going deep, and it's going to happen again. I can't believe the amount of lead changes that we've had today. Russell retakes the lead, but for how long? On the back straight we go. Antonelli versus Russell to 200 miles an hour, and Antonelli is coming back, but it's Russell with the inside line. Are they going to make contact? Antonelli has to bail out. Russell will claim it's his corner, and these two contenders are pushing each other over the edge.
We'll have to give that place back.
Why, mate? You pushed me off, and I was ahead. Like, what's the point?
He's off. George Russell makes a mistake. Kimi Antonelli takes the lead. Russell is coming to a halt. George Russell is retiring from the race lead. And it's heartbreak, it's fury, and it's the end of the road for George Russell. One of the greatest battles for the lead you will ever see is concluded with the fury of a thrown headrest.
What a shame. What a race. What a shame. An unbelievable battle. A fantastic bit of driving all weekend for George Russell. He so badly needed it. And with Antonelli now leading in the fastest car, it's going to be decisive for the championship. There's a long way to go, but this is monumental.
I loved the battle. I was happy with how I handled it, how I drove. I'm just pleased with the weekend in terms of my own personal performance. You know, there's a lot of doubters maybe after Miami and a lot of chat, but I know what I can do, and pole in the sprint, win the sprint, pole in quali, lead in the race, hard battles. You know, I really loved the battle, you know, and I wanted to continue for 30 more laps, and I would have loved to see how it would have panned out, but here we are.
What a story for Kimi Antonelli. A brilliant battle with George Russell for 30 laps. And at the end, his 4th Grand Prix victory in a row. Kimi Antonelli wins the Canadian Grand Prix and he leads the World Championship.
Nice work, Kimi. It's been a very eventful day, but well done.
Yeah, thank you everyone. Not the way I wanted to win. Was going to be a good fight with George, but yeah, we'll take it.
It was a really fun battle, to be fair, with George. We were, pretty much on the limit, and it was not easy today. With the wind very gusty, turn 10 was very difficult. I think, one lap he locked up, and then I went in front, and then I locked up. So it was very close, and it was a shame for him to have the failure, and because it would have been a very, very cool battle. But yeah, I mean, we'll take it. Another win, and I'm very happy.
Kimi Antonelli is flying at the front of the field over to the Mercedes pair. It was brilliant.